Good morning, dear students. Hope you are all doing good. So, and you have done the duty well, I think, isn't it? Okay. Today we will start with we will continue the chapter Fundamental Unit of Life. We already know that which is the fundamental unit of life. All the living organism. That is the cell. Cell is the basic fundamental unit of organism, basic structural and functional unit of all the living organism, like the bricks of the building. Okay. So now we will see. So one by one, the cell organelles, the contents of the cell. What are the cell organelles present? Cell organelles present in the cell. And what is the difference between the plant cell and the animal cell? What is the difference between the plant cell and the animal cell? So first we will see the first cell organelle is the cell wall. The first cell organelle is cell wall. Cell wall is present only in the plant cell. Present only in the plant cell, not in animal cell. Cell wall is not present in the animal cell. So, but it is present only in the plant cell. Only in the plant cell, because so plant cell has to expose to wear and tear of the environment, isn't it? It has to expose to wear and tear of the environment. That is the very severe, extreme atmospheres of the environment. That's why they have a thick boundary around the plasma membrane, that is called as the cell wall. So cell wall is very rigid outer covering. Cell wall. This is the cell wall. This is the cell wall around the plant cell. So which is a rigid outer covering around the plasma membrane. This is the plasma membrane. Around that thick rigid cell wall is present, and it is present outside the plasma membrane, and it is composed of what it is made up of. What this cell wall is made up of? Cellulose. Cellulose is a complex carbohydrate. Cellulose is a complex carbohydrate made up of cross-linked chain of glucose. Cross-linked chain of glucose. It is very complex and it gives structural strength to the plant. And because of the cell wall, the plant cell are very much safe. So from the extreme atmospheres of the environment. For example, plasmolysis. It does not undergo commonly the plasmolysis. What do you mean by the plasmolysis? So when the cell is exposed to the dilute solution or concentrated solution, so sometimes the cell may lose all the contents. When the cell is exposed to the extreme atmospheres of the environment, that means it may expose to dilute solution or it may expose to the hypotonic or hypertonic solution. It may lose the content. It may lose all the cell contents and it becomes shrinked. And it may lose its shape. It may lose its function. That process is called as plasmolysis. That may not happen in the plant cell always. That may not happen. It will rapidly or it will plenty. So it is it may be happen in the animal cell but not in the plant cell. Why the plant cells can withstand greater changes in the atmosphere or in the surrounding medium than animal cell? Because of the cell wall. It protects the cell content. And so whatever by the osmosis, whatever the water enters inside because of the hypotonic solution or hypertonic solution, so this withstands the pressure. So this makes the cell rigid and it does not loses the cell contents normally. But animal cell, it loses the cell contents because it does not contain any cell wall. It contains only the plasma membrane. This is the structure of animal cell without the cell wall, and this is the structure of plant cell which contains cell wall. So usually this plant cell, plant cell or animal cells absorb water by osmosis process. Osmosis, in last class we have dealt. So the movement of molecules from the higher region of higher concentration to the lower region of lower concentration across the semi-permeable membrane is called as osmosis. So this is the points. So on the So next is another most important organelle, most important cell organelle is the nucleus. Nucleus. Like the CPU in the computer, like the brain in the humans, brain in the animals, isn't it? So it is the most important part in the cell, in the animal cell or a plant cell. That is the nucleus. So I told in the last class, take onion bulb, take a thin section using a sharp blade. So take a thin section and see under the microscope. We can observe the cell closed compartments like this. We can observe the closed compartments like this. That is nothing but the cell, and this dark color patch, dark color circular patch, which is observed after staining. After staining, usually stains we use are the saffron stain, methylene blue, methyl orange. So these are some of the stains we use. So after staining, some dark patches we observe. That dark circular patch is called as the nucleus. That dark circular patch is called as the nucleus. So nucleus, what is the structure of nucleus? So the structure of nucleus is like this in plant cell, in animal cell. So this nucleus contains nuclear membrane again. This nucleus contains nuclear membrane again. So this nuclear membrane is a double layer structure. Nuclear membrane is a double layer structure which contains opening. Here and there it contains the opening. Why there is a opening? Because for the transfer of molecule from the cytoplasm to the nucleus, the transfer of molecule should take place from the outside of the nucleus to inside. So that's why there is a small space or a pore like structure that is called as the nuclear pore. Nuclear pore for the transfer of materials of the molecules. And inside this, a small again circular patch is there. Circular material is there. So that is called as nucleolus. Nucleolus. That helps in functioning of the nucleus properly. That helps in functioning of the nucleus properly. Other than the nucleolus, it contains another thread-like network. Thread-like network called chromatin network. Thread-like network called chromatin network. So this chromatin network helps in carrying the characters from one generation to the another generation. Helps in carrying the characters from, so characters are properties from the one generation, from the senior generation to the, from the parental generation to the younger generation. Okay, that is the chromatin network. It is in the network form, so when it is not dividing, but when the process of dividing takes place, when one cell become reproduced to two cells, 4 cells. Okay, during that division process, it is converted into a rod-like structure called chromosomes. It is converted into a rod-like structure called chromosomes. These chromosomes contains the very much important inheriting materials called DNA and proteins. It contains DNA and protein. What do you mean by DNA? DNA means deoxyribose nucleic acid. Deoxyribose nucleic acid contains DNA, that is deoxyribose nucleic acid, and it contains protein. So in turn, this DNA again it contains the genes, small patch of characters, that is genes that contains the coding, that contains the coding of the character. So my hair color is this, my eye color is this, my skin color is this. These are all the characters which is shown by the genes. That is transferred from my parental generation to this generation. Okay, so like this, the nucleus also helps in the cellular reproduction, that is in cell division. Nucleus also helps in the cell division process. So this is nucleus present in both animal cell and in plant cell, but performing different functions. Cell wall is present only in the plant cell but not in the animal cell. But nucleus is present both in plant cell and the animal cell but functions differently. So one difference is there. So one new word I will tell: prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Prokaryotes. Pro means primitive. Pro means primitive. Pro means primitive. Karyon means nucleus. Karyon. Prokaryote. Karyon means nucleus. Prokaryote. Pro means primitive. Karyon means nucleus. So primitive nucleus means not well defined, well structured nucleus. It does not contain nuclear membrane. It does not contain any separate space for the chromatin network or the nucleolus. So it is a dense patch. It is a dense patch of the network network without this beautiful organization. So it is observed in bacteria, in lower organisms. So those organisms which exhibit, which does not exhibit a well flourished, well structured nucleus, they are called as the prokaryotes. They are called as the prokaryotes. The organisms which does not exhibit the well structured, well organized nucleus with the nuclear membrane, and all, they are called as the prokaryotes. And the organisms eukaryotes. Eu means well advanced. U means well advanced. Karyon means nucleus. Well structured and well organized nucleus. So the organisms which exhibit the well structured or well organized nucleus, they are called as the eukaryotes. They are called as the eukaryotes. So all the animals, human beings, they exhibit the eukaryotic cell. They exhibit the eukaryotic cell. For example, this is the structure of bacteria which is called as the prokaryote, which contains a chromatin network which is not well organized like this. Okay, so this is about the difference between prokaryote and eukaryote, and difference between the plant cell and animal cell. And we have seen the cell organelles such as cell wall and nucleus. This is all about today's class. Still more cell organelles are there, like cytoplasm, and then endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria. So many cell organelles are there. We will see one by one in the future classes. Thank you so much, dear students. Keep reading the textbook and follow the classes. Thank you.